Hi. As you can see, I don't look so good. I don't feel so good either. I've spent the last 3 days in and out of sleep. I haven't eaten anything. Don't get me wrong, I've tried mandarins, kiwi fruits, plain bread, plain pasta, and everything just, which isn't great. Yeah, the doctors have been really good though. They've given me a lot of stuff to try help that. And it is helping, but I'm still doing it. I'm still going warp, which it feels like not so great. I also started bleeding from my nose today, which I've never had in my whole life. So that's fun. Don't know what else to say besides like I've had bone pain, really bad bone pain in my chest for pretty much the whole time that I've been in hospital, and they've given me painkillers for it, but I don't know, it feels better today, and I don't know if it feels better because of the steroids, or is it actually feeling better, or is the other pain masking it? And that's what I said to my doctor yesterday. Am I feeling this other pain so bad that I'm not noticing the bone pain as much? So who knows? We'll never know. Just sitting up like this doesn't feel the best. I mean, it's great to be able to sit up, but that vomit feeling is sitting right here. Yeah, and I haven't even been able to keep down water. So I'm trying to drink a lot of it because I figure even if it comes up that at least I'm trying to keep some of it in. I don't know. Anyway, I really need to lie down for a bit. I'll check back in later. Also, I wanted to add that the nurses have been super sweet. They keep rubbing my back for me when they see me start vomiting, and they've just been really helpful and kind to me during these days, which is just exactly what I needed. So thank you to the doctors and the nurses. So this is the first day I've been able to look at a screen. It's just been so painful. Like my eyes have been so light sensitive. I have the curtain a little bit open today, but every other day I've had it closed because I just couldn't deal with the sunlight, and I had such a headache, and then the sunlight was just making it worse and more like I wanted to vomit, and it was just this like perpetual circle of hell that I was stuck in. So at least there's some light today, thank goodness. It's literal light, and I mean light at the end of the tunnel in the good way. Like, yes, there is something good that's happening.
So it's a few days later, and I thought I'd give you an update. As you can see, I'm hooked up to some antibiotics, and I'll explain that in a moment, but it's been rough. So I had a blister on my foot, and I was working with the drip. Sorry, it's a bit difficult for me to talk and breathe. And I was walking with the drip, and it touched the blister and popped it. But because of the chemo and I have no immune system, it became infected, and over the process of 3 days, it just got worse and worse, and I can't walk on my foot now. I'm using like a Zimmer frame to help me get around. So I'm basically bedridden at the moment, like a real hospital patient. I also have extreme pain in my chest, and I don't know if that's my muscles waking up from using the Zimmer frame or if it's the bones, but it does feel like the bones. As you can see, my skin is not looking so good. I'm a bit dark around the eyes, although the camera does kind of make things look a bit nicer. And my eyes have been very white because I've been extremely anemic. And now today they're starting to turn yellow. And I've also had like no appetite. And then the painkillers they put me on, I had an allergic reaction. Basically, I became very itchy. And I couldn't stop scratching to the point where I had blood spots all over and I was bleeding and bruised. I also had a headache. I was very dehydrated and a bit delusional, or delirious. I don't know what the word is, but anyway, there's only 3 options really they can give me for painkillers, because they need painkillers that won't affect my temperature. Those are morphine, fentanyl, and tramadol. Morphine I'm allergic to. I have similar side effects, but I also start vomiting for days on end. We don't want to do that again because I've just come off of the vomit feeling from chemo. So then there's fentanyl, which is too strong, way too strong, and also I don't really want to be taking fentanyl. So tramadol it is, but they're giving me really good antihistamines. So yeah. What else? There was something else. Let me think about it. Oh yes, my white blood cell count is super low. So I can't really do stuff or go out because I'm in hospital. I can't really go out anyway. I can't really go out from the ward because I have like no immunity. So they're giving me something to protect me against fungal infections as well as antibiotics. The antibiotics are also for my foot. These antibiotics. It's also for my foot, but it's also to protect me because I'm like a little newborn baby. I have no immunity right now. Yeah, that's where I am. I don't feel upset or unhappy or anything like that. I mean, emotionally, I'm fine. I feel strong. I just know that this doesn't feel nice, but I mean, physically, it doesn't feel nice. But that'll pass. I just have to write it out. And I will write it out. It'll be fine. Already, I feel a bit better now than what I did a few days ago. Although I'm not sure that my blood work and stuff is showing that I feel better. Anyway, I'll update you soon. Bye. Okay, hey, update for you. I'm feeling much better today. It's New Year's Day and I have a bit of a cough, but the doctor came and said that my inflammatory count is going down and my oh sorry, clean my brain, I forget everything. My white blood cell count is recovering. So I am starting to feel a bit better and I can walk a little bit on my foot. I can put some pressure. I still have to use the Zimmer frame though. I can't just walk freely. But oh my gosh. This weekend was the worst. On I think Friday or Saturday night, I started experiencing an extreme pain in my chest, in my ribs, and I couldn't sit up, I couldn't lie down on my back, on my sides, I couldn't do anything. Every time I moved, the pain was more. And it felt like Edward Scissorhands was just grabbing my lungs and squeezing them. And every time I tried to take a breath, it would feel worse. So I could only take like short little breaths. Otherwise, if I breathed any deeper than that, it was just like so painful. And then I just started crying and screaming from the pain. So the nurses came and they phoned the doctor, and the doctor said they can give me some painkillers. Great. It worked. It really worked. I could feel it work when there was like an ability to breathe a bit. I couldn't breathe deeply, but I could breathe a bit. But this only lasted about an hour and a half. And then the pain came back way worse, way worse. And I was just crying and screaming, and it was honestly so horrible. I couldn't think, I couldn't do anything. So they gave me more painkillers, and that helped. It worked, but only if I laid like perfectly still. If I moved even just a little bit, the pain came back terribly, and I felt so bad, and I could like feel myself slipping away, and then I would like slip away, and I'd like catch myself and be like, no, Shan, no. And like, you can't let go. You can't do this to the people that you love and your family and your parents. You gotta hold on. Just make it through the night, girl. It'll be better tomorrow. It'll be better tomorrow. And I kept telling myself, breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. For two reasons. One, so I could get oxygen in because I was battling to breathe so badly. And two, to try and keep myself calm because I was just crying from the pain. And all I wanted to do was phone my parents. But if I moved to pick up the phone, I was just going to be in more pain. So I knew I just had to lie there still and just keep still. And I made it through the night, obviously. I mean, I'm here. And I did feel better the next day. I still had pain the next day, and the doctor came and he said, if the pain persists, they're going to give me like an anti-inflammatory that also helps with bone pain. But if the pain persists, they need to do an x-ray and phone my doctor so he can come in and help me. But the anti-inflammatory worked so well. It helped so much. I still have a bit of pain in my ribs today, but it's way less. So they checked like my lungs and stuff, and they said, and they did a COVID test, negative. I mean, they did the rapid one, it was negative. We're still waiting for the results of the PCR, which they're pretty sure it'll be negative. So they think it could be either from like an infection, or it could actually be my bones are regenerating. So generally the marrow is more dense or more prevalent in young children, not so much in adults. At least this is what they told me. Maybe I misunderstood. It's possible. It's very possible. Medical lingo is a lot to try and learn. So they said that it's possible I have that because the cancer was what's the word? It was presenting itself in my marrow, and it started in my sternum and my ribs. That it's possible what's happening is that marrow is now growing back and regenerating my bones. And that's why I'm in so much pain. Let me tell you, this is not like a little bit of pain or like a medium amount. I have a very high pain threshold. And I could not take this. I could not. I was screaming and crying. And when I say screaming, not like, ah, because I couldn't, because my lungs and everything was just hurting too much. It was more like, ah, ah, like you hearing somebody dying in the ward. So I don't know. I hope I didn't freak out other patients too much. But yeah, today I feel much better, and I think that it's only going to get better from here. And yeah, I'm glad. And Happy New Year!